This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Prefix, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Well, listeners, we made it. It's fucking February. After 11 weeks of January, we are firmly in month number 2. Praise be.
Praise be. I mean,
that was a long one.
It was.
And I am exhausted. I need a vacation from January. It's a lot.
It's a lot. And I don't think it's going to get any better. So
no, it's feeling, February's feeling a little January, but we'll try to Valentine the shit out of it while we can.
Sure.
Listeners, Christopher and I so enjoyed the Grammys on Sunday night. We weren't going to do this, but we're going to, after the Prefix, our episode this week is a Grammy recap because so much shit.
I was like, oh, well, we'll talk about the Grammys for like 15 minutes. And then I was like thinking about all the things I wanted to say about them. And I was like, oh, and then we'll talk about that for 5 minutes. Oh, and then we'll talk about that for 5. And then I was like, oh, well, we just like, and then
That's
I called Dominic and was like, hi. And he was like, we should do
105 minutes.
Yeah. That's like,
it's a lot. And we did text about it yesterday and we're like, no, we looked it up from last year and we always do the Globes and we do the Emmys and the Oscars. We never did the Grammys. But since we are squeezed in between who I assume are Grammy Award winners, Calendria Rowland and Ashley Simpson on the Fix list, we really do. We owe it to the Recording Academy.
And
to do this.
It could have been boring, but it was like there was actually much to discuss.
A lot.
Sometimes it's boring. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, all right, whatever. But like there was a lot to talk about.
And as a special last minute treat, our awards correspondent, Rebecca Bregman, will be joining us. Obviously, if we're going to be picking these bitches apart.
Yeah.
Still a lot happened other than the Grammys, but since we're going to be talking about it in a little bit, but Christopher, what is your headline for the Grammys, as it were? Like, what's the one thing that's falling off your bosom to scream out?
Lady Gaga is off the deep end, which means that this album is going to fucking slap, like slap. She like when that camera turned around on her and Bruno Mars and she was wearing that weird like Little House on the Prairie outfit and she just like was looking into the camera like an absolute monster, like demon. I was like, oh, we're back. We are so back. And then my controversial take is that Beyonce's speeches were the worst things I've ever seen.
I'll have a
15 minute. I'll have a tight 15 on how disappointed I was in her for that.
My Grammy headline is this. I'm going to remove my glasses to make this one statement because I'm not going to make it again.
Oh, here we go.
And I don't even know if I want my name attached to this statement. This is what I'm going to say to you, the listeners. Bianca Censori, Kanye West's wife. Okay? Not only do we now know that this woman is a hostage.
Yes, correct.
But she is, in fact, missing Scientology queen Shelley Miscavige. I have said it once. I will not say it again for fear of my own safety. I will call Maury Povich, who I know personally, out of retirement for a DNA test. I will 23andMe this bitch. I don't care what you say. Bianca Censori is Shelley Miscavige, period.
How dare you do this to me right now? How dare you?
Christopher, you know those shitterati are all related. You know it's possible.
Oh, God.
I mean, in a Stranger Things kind of way, but definitely still possible.
It's going to be Where's Bianca in like 3 days. Like this woman needs to be freed.
I mean,
and I'm like really mad about it. I'm like trying to be like funny right now, but like he needs to be imprisoned. And we'll talk about it with Rebecca, but like, I'm like,
makes me so mad.
I want him behind bars and I want her like safe because that's not what's happening right now.
I might actually, and we talked about this on the phone earlier, I might dislike Kanye West more than any celebrity in history, including like ones who have committed murders on camera. I think I might like him the least because of what he's done, because he knows he just needs to show up with and that we're all going to talk about it. And we all are talking about it.
Yeah, we're doing it right now. And then he did some commercial and then there was like a new line. Like
I didn't know that.
Some commercial. Hassan was looking it up last night. It was like some, and again, of course, it's like black socks with the logo on them. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like
I can't.
It's not,
Can I donate the 500 pairs that I have and see if will he buy them wholesale from me?
It's not Schiaparelli. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, Mugler, like coming down the runway. It's like black. It's like essentials. You know what I mean?
it all just happens so like he shows up, he does something stupid people complain about it. And so Twitter explodes. It's like, there are children at the Grammys. That's a naked woman. It's like, oh my God, Linda, listen to me. Your kids have seen a naked lady before, okay? Yeah. The cool parents who give their first graders a cell phone, he showed every kid in class tits and bush on the first day of first grade.
100%.
Bianca Censori is not educating anybody except how to be an annoying fucking celebrity. No, that's it.
Educating them on how to be literally a prisoner in your own body. Like, I know I'm like, we're laughing.
You're
but
a hostage, but make it fashion.
I'm being dead serious. Like, I'm nervous for her.
Like, she was wearing pantyhose last night as a dress.
Yeah, correct. And like, again, against her will. Like, you can't tell me she was like, I'm 100% going to show my clitoris and labia and areolas to the whole world right now.
Jesus
Like, there's just no way. There's no way.
The way you just said those words made me actually gayer. I will never touch any of those things that you just said. I don't even know what they are. But what are they?
Why would she, like, oh, God. And she had to, like, give him a blowjob on that gondola. Like, I'm, like, when is enough enough? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he loves this and she's a prisoner.
I know. That's what I get so mad about, is that he's so good at it and it's so stupid. It makes us all look stupid. Like when she took that fur off and she was naked, I'm like, we're assholes in advance because we're going to talk about this on the pod. They're going to scream about it on The View, which they fucking did.
No, they should. But again, like so many things, so many horrible things are happening right in front of our face right now. This is one that I can at least like stake my little claim into and be like, this must stop.
Yeah. And we know who to call. Maury Povich and Leah Remini.
Yeah.
End of story. They are the Rizzolian Isles for this. That's the end of it.
And then it's Shelley.
Where's Shelley? She's at Kanye's house.
How much did you laugh at yourself when you concocted that and knew that you were going to spring it on me here right now?
I was patting myself on the back all night, running around this apartment. I was like, I found Shelley. I almost called Maury last night. No, I was pretty pleased with myself. Yeah. I was like, she's hostage. She's the ultimate. I can't even remember how I came to it, but people say where's Shelley in my neighborhood a lot. It's what they scream at me when I walk down the street. And when they said it, I'm like, oh, I know where she is. She's married to Kanye.
Dominic,
who some of you call yay, which is a word that people say when they're excited. We don't do that at this podcast.
I refuse to call him that.
No one calls him that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so much for us not talking about the Grammys and the prefix. Oh my God. I'm getting over a terrible cold, which I'm now entering day 3.5 with.
Oof, don't love that.
I was supposed to surprise my mother in Florida this weekend for the next stop on her birthday tour, and I could not. So I'm hoping to get on a plane tomorrow now that I'm feeling better and meet my family at, wait for it, Disney World. Just check the stories.
You love it. You love it.
I mean, I loved it when I spent a hurricane there in October. I wasn't expecting to be back so soon for my mother's 45th birthday, but I digress. We'll see how it goes. Moving right along. Beyonce Louise Carter Knowles finally, after a delay because of the fires, announced what the big thing was she was going to announce on January 14th. It is the Cowboy Carter Tour.
No one is surprised. We all knew that's what it was going to be.
Did we? I think I still 50% thought it was going to be the Act 3, the rock era, but no. Her commitment.
She's got bills to pay now.
But this commitment of hers is fantastic.
To make money again.
No, she's doing a trilogy. She's doing, dance music. She's doing country music. And then supposedly she'll do rock music.
Yeah, but allegedly.
I love that she's doing a dedicated tour for each one. I know, but this is her legacy.
You didn't say that a couple weeks ago.
I think as an artist, what she's doing with these 3 works is great. I didn't love Cowboy Carter. And for everyone who's in the Beehive, yeah, I already know. I know you want me to die. Fine. Maybe I will someday. Maybe it'll happen in front of you. It's not going to make that album better. Is it a good album? Yeah, of course it is. I think my problem is that Renaissance to me is truly one of the 5
was written
best albums.
Was like for you.
Literally,
Yeah.
for a middle-aged faggot, that is who that album is
Yes.
for. Of any race, honestly. Like, that's
And did you grow up
Uncle
listening
Johnny and all the other shit. Like, every single track of that album spoke to me. And it was so robbed of Best Album of the Year that year that nothing will make up for it.
But also, I don't feel like you did not grow up like listening to country music that often, right?
Did I?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. So
No,
that's
did
what
you?
I think the other. Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. So that's like, I think part of it is that it's like not a genre of music that you have any like love for.
I don't know. I mean, I would have liked if she did. Again, I thought the album was great. I just didn't think of the 5 albums that she has had nominated for Album of the Year, this one for me personally is in 5th position. Does not mean that it wasn't great. There are some bangers on there.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll talk. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Don't threaten me with
We'll
death.
talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
But good for her. I don't see concerts anymore because when I went to the On the Run tour, everyone who went could not act like a human being. And so I swore off. Yeah, that was it. So because of Beyonce, I don't see concerts, but I'm looking forward to seeing this one on television where the seats are better and no one comes in my row. And my best friend who I go to concerts with does not have to call 911 to get security to come down from the MetLife Stadium to get someone out of our row, which actually fucking happened.
So much money.
Next time you and he are at the duplex together, I will let him tell you the whole story. Honey, she doesn't give a fuck.
No, I believe you.
This man, if the listeners don't remember, this man came in our row. We were in the second row, and this man came with a hoagie.
Everyone knows. You've said it like 6 times on this podcast.
We stood up because we thought he was going further in the row, and then he just stopped in front of us and stood there. We're like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, my seats aren't good. We're like, get out.
Call 911.
He called 911. It worked. Carried that bitch out of there.
God. Okay.
Speaking of 911.
Yeah.
Someone's going to need to call 911 on the Amelia Perez Oscar campaign because it is spiraling down the toilet.
It's out of there.
It's done. I mean, I think Zoe Saldana is still going to win Best Supporting Actress, deservedly, I might add. I just don't see it winning anything else. I mean, maybe some tech awards, but how can it win Best Picture now?
No, I don't think, and I don't think it deserves to win Best Picture. I never thought that it did. It was a unique movie. Here's what I will say. Much like Cowboy Carter, it's like when you hear something and you're like, no one has ever done anything like this before. That is always, to me, like I give points to that. You know what I mean? Whereas like, even the movie The Wild Robot, which I watched on Peacock, PS, bawled my eyes out the whole time. Like, was so good. But again, did I know every single thing that was going to happen in the movie? Of course I did. You know what I mean? Like, hello. Did I still cry? Yes, because it was actually really well done. But again, it's like you've seen Pixar movies and DreamWorks movies before. Like, you know what's coming.
Right.
This movie, Penis to Vagina, never saw that coming. You know, the whole,
that number.
All of that
I highly
stuff
recommend
happening.
Everyone see it. It is a very unique movie, and there are many wonderful
parts to it.
Qualities. I can't remember
how much we discussed the little boy singing about how she smells like her father.
So great.
Like that. Something about that was like, I was like, this is so moving and different. But however,
it's a very unique story.
Yeah.
At times unbelievable. I mean, it is whatever.
It is a movie and it is a musical. Is correct, and not in the way unbelievable. Not in the way.
But I will say that there were aspects. I think it's important now because there are aspects of the trans experience that are in this movie that I haven't seen
ever on
touched
screen
on in other movies before that I think is very educated. It's just with everything that's going on now with this like federal wide trans erasure, and for this to be the most high profile trans movie maybe ever. It really fucking sucks that all this shit is happening. And we've been talking about it for 3 minutes, and probably in case anyone doesn't know, but Carla Sofia Gascon, who is the titular character in Amelia Perez, someone dug up some old tweets and she didn't say nice things about Islam and not even George Floyd.
And not even that old. She said that like, wait, I only saw you
a little pre-COVID, just pre-COVID.
One of them was like, oh, the Oscars are like, it was like an Afro-Korean festival, basically.
Yes, it was she said it was an Afro-Korean festival. The year that Daniel Kaluuya, it was 2 years ago, which supposedly was before they started filming Amelia Perez. I don't have a timeline on it, but yeah.
And her statement is, I cannot repair my past acts. I can only say that I'm not the same person I was 10 or 20 years ago. But it's like, no, it was like a year and a half ago. That's not good. Also, why write this on the internet? I'm so sorry to say.
Well, here's what she
who
did.
wants to hear this?
She deleted her Twitter account and then went on Instagram and responded to everything. So normally, like when you're going radio silent, it's got to be everywhere, Carla. That's the first thing. Number 11 is people are making up shit now. So as much as she definitely fucked up here, and you know, my friend Mark and I have been wondering, like, how does a movie like this get released without background checks?
Because that costs money. It costs money.
But just not enough. I'm telling you, when I was on Teresa Caputo Raising Spirits, I had to go to a background check company that Aspasia.
I have had to do it.
It probed my hole. And when I tell you that, like, I got shit, this was only a year and a half ago. I got a report emailed to me of all these offensive things that I said on Facebook in 2009 that I had to go back and delete. I won't share them. They were just sort of inappropriate, taken out of context nonsense, not like racial slurs or anything.
No, sure. Same. I had to do one once, and it was like, this is like when Twitter didn't, what even was Twitter? And we used it like we were texting basically. And just certain things that I would say in there that were like, clearly not funny now, but like, oh, so-and-so, like you should kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. Like, haha.
Right.
Like that's like my friend that who am I, Chrissy Teigen? No. But like, but like, horrible thing. Like, again, I was mortified that I saw that on there and was like, oh my God. But again, I was an 18-year-old kid that was like texting their friend as a joke. And I was like absolutely mortified and deleted it immediately.
I'm not going to say that I'm not on Carla Sofia Gascon's side. Like the stuff she said was fucked up.
And again, like only 2 years ago, like not in 2009, like ours.
I did go back and read all of them, like in the context that they were presented. There's no excuse for a lot of it. Some of the George Floyd stuff is getting misrepresented. Like some of it is being exaggerated by people who are re-reporting it, and other outlets, other people are, which is to be expected when you're going to become famous, which is why you got to do the background check and let someone tell you when you got to delete shit. Everyone should actually just do this, because none of y'all remember what you wrote on Facebook in in 2009 or 2010. And there's some crazy shit on there. She should have done it, even though it was only 2 years ago, but people are making shit up now. Like, there's a tweet going around where she said that Selena Gomez was just a rich rat and she was cringing at how much she wanted to get back with Justin Bieber. It was embarrassing. And Carla Sofia is saying that absolutely never existed, that people are now just making
She's like,
shit
I never
up,
even knew who she was before.
I mean, honestly, would that be better or worse?
That'd be horrible. That'd be horrible because Selena Gomez is very famous.
But she was like, I would never say that about my sister. I'm like, well, she wasn't your sister when it was written, but it seems weird that Selena Gomez would be a target of this
weird
woman. It's like that. If you're someone who's like waxing on about George Floyd, it's unlikely your next target is Selena Gomez.
Yeah. It's also like, I don't know. I mean, I'm saying like, don't give your opinion, which is that all that we do on this podcast.
I know.
But it's just
we're not
like
famous yet though.
No, but you gotta.
Even though people scream "Where's Shelley" at us on the street.
Yeah,
ask us to autograph their.
Also, not for nothing, on Twitter, you can just search people's tweets. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's also like, so you can just go in your own Twitter and be like, here's all the slurs that I think maybe I tweeted once. Like, you'll find them if you just search it. Like, that's the thing. Like, Z-Way used to say she would go to people's Twitters whenever she wanted them to be on her show, and she would just go to their Twitter and write in the N-word and see if they ever had tweeted it. And then she would just bring it up on her show. And it was just like the easiest thing ever to be like, here's this time that you did this.
Hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moving along, I mean,
on a lighter note,
Demi Moore must be absolutely thrilled because she's so far and away the odds-on favorite to win now.
Yeah.
So Demi Moore is probably, I don't know, she's probably dropping flowers on George Floyd's grave every day, taking photos of it,
Dominic.
And selling it to Variety. Wendy Williams has fired her attorney. Apparently, a court has told her she's not allowed to do any more press because she's been on a bit of a press tour.
I don't like that, by the way.
Oh, no, for sure you don't. It's conservatorship nonsense.
Yeah. Why is this person allowed to tell her what she can and can't do?
Well, because she is in a conservatorship. So until she's gotten out of it.
Don't like it.
But here's the thing. All this nonsense went down after she did this. What can only be described as a harrowing TMZ interview where Harvey Levin is interviewing her. She is in her room at this group home where she lives with her hands up against the glass. There's a TMZ camera out in the parking lot shooting her.
And it was
doing her
incredible.
half of the interview.
It was incredible.
She is doing what Wendy does. She is giving you every ounce of, she is crying. She is what appears to be banging on the glass while she's answering Harvey's questions as though she is trapped up there with Bianca Censori. I mean, she's doing everything she needs to do to get us to do what we did for Britney, which I hope is sort of happening now. Like, I think people...
No, she's doing good because we would have all been like, oh, so sad. Goodbye forever. You know what I mean? And now that she's being like, hi, like, I'm alive and like very unhappy. We're like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like, it's not good. And I'm glad.
No.
I'm glad and I don't like that the judge is like, you can't do any more press. Like, fuck that. I'm really mad about that. And they shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like that shouldn't be allowed.
Because it seems very self-serving. I mean, it seems like the judge is like, don't talk about your shitty conservatorship.
Yeah.
Not because it's benefiting her personally.
Who is the judge? Let's look.
It's Judith Scheindlin. I'm not familiar with her. Do you know her?
No, but I would like that person's name to be known.
That's Judge Judy, Chris. Judith Scheindlin is Judge Judy.
I was being serious. Wait, I never knew that was her last name.
Yes. I don't know. I think he just threatened Judge Judy, so we're in more danger now than we are from Scientology.
We have to leave. Wait,
I don't know who the judge is.
Yeah, I need to find out who the judge is. P.S. on page 6, the trending now, every single one of the articles that is trending now on the top of page 6 is about Bianca Censori and Kanye West.
Yeah. I want to ask if she's issued a statement, but I'm fairly certain she doesn't speak. But I think that she's mute, so she wouldn't release it.
No, I don't think she he probably ripped her vocal cords out. I'm surprised if she has a tongue. Like, for real. I'm like not joking.
Maybe that they will announce that she is one of those AI, like maybe she's a robot.
Like she's not a person. She's like a legit robot. Wait.
And atomic.
They had a lip reader.
Animatronic. I don't know what the fuck it is. A robot.
Page 6 is so messy. They had a lip reader like figure out what he said to her before she took the coat off.
What did he say?
The rapper 47 supposedly asked his partner Sunday evening to start making a scene now after watching the viral clip.
This is why I hate him more.
Make a scene. I'll say it'll make so much sense. Drop it behind you and then turn. I got you. All right, let's go. Is that what he said?
God, the hatred. Yeah, they did it. And I'm actually glad we're talking about Bianca so much during the prefix because there's so much other joyous shit to talk about with the Grammys, so we don't have to spend too much time on her later.
Yeah, this is fun. And apparently it's to recreate his like album or something. Vultures 1.
I'll never buy it.
I don't know. No, but like
socks or shoes. Like I just don't care.
But it's like her with like Nick. I hate him so much. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. I'm sorry, I derailed us.
Well, from one idiot to another. Apparently Diddy was taken to the hospital at some point last week under the dark of night, as the New York Post said.
To do what?
I have no fucking idea. He probably needed a pedicure and just gave someone 10 grand just to get out for a minute. I have no idea, but I want the general public to know about that shit in advance or when it's happening, not 3 days later, because I want us all to be on alert so he doesn't fucking escape. Like that's how criminals always escape in Netflix dramas, is they go to the outside hospital. So
and then like 17 people like crowd the car and like rip him out. Yeah.
Like this is why people escape on Netflix
his
shows.
Knee was bothering him.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Citing the rapper's long history of knee issues after he ran the New York Marathon.
Oh, it's not because he's on his knees sucking every cock at the Brooklyn Correctional Facility. And I sipped my tea directly after
by knee,
that.
You mean the back of his throat.
Was it his knee or his uvula that was bruised?
Was it his knee or his rectum that was prolapsing?
Did it say knee
We're
or gonorrhea?
We're sick. We are sick.
Anyway,
Much like not Judge Judith Scheinlin, he's on my list too. I don't like this. Who authorized this? Tell me.
it's a Judge Judith Scheinlin.
I can't believe you got me with that, and I believed you.
Wait, if I ever get sentenced to a prison time, the moment they tell me what my sentence is, I'm just going to scream, "My knee hurts," and just go right to the hospital from there.
Yeah,
and leave.
Speaking
of
sucking.
Speaking of all these four horsemen of the apocalypse and jail, Harvey Weinstein is desperately trying to move up his court date because he, quote, needs to get out of this hellhole.
I can't.
I don't know. Sorry to inconvenience you with the hotel we put you in, but that's where people who rape dozens of women stay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's the 5-star version of it. You Jabba the cunt.
Yeah.
Well, how is this guy still with us, even at this point?
I know, right? I mean, what a fucking loser.
Anyway, that's the update on him. Did you see what Vogue said about Melania?
No.
Well, Melania and all of her fan are really furious with Anna Wintour because Vogue called Melania a freelance magician in a brutal review of her White House portrait.
Oh my God. I mean, she does look bad. The hat,
she doesn't look like it.
The hat is so bad. Like now that I'm looking at it again.
The hat is fine, but scroll up and see the actual White House portrait. It's in black and white.
The one in black and white where she has her hands. Yeah, her version of The Apprentice. Yeah, I've seen it.
That's it. You nailed it. That's exactly what that is. It's her apprentice photo.
Yeah, but it is magician. It is giving magician. She does have like a cummerbund on. She
just looks, I don't know, as engaged as she always is, which is not at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, Vogue was never a fan of hers, and I know Donald Trump was very upset that she never landed the cover or whatever.
Why would she?
She ain't doing it now. Reboot news, kids. 2 big ones. Little House on the motherfucking Prairie is coming back. Who asked for this?
Not one person.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for one of you to write us and say, I'm the one that made this happen.
Oh, God.
Not my thing. Are you the one I was talking about this with, or was it my friend Mark? I've never been into like pioneer era shenanigans. It's never been my jam.
I was too young. I mean, this, by the time this was like over, like I was like it wasn't, and we were on to other things. Does that make sense?
But I mean, I was of the age when I would watch it, and I don't like Dr. Quinn Medicine, like any covered wagon thing.
Oh, but Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, we would watch a little bit. Or like Chuck Norris. Even
like if Westworld wasn't sci-fi-ish, I never would have tolerated that Old West in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, that was
like I would have, like none of that stuff. I don't like those blousy prairie skirts and all that's just, I don't know why I don't like it. You mean
Lady Gaga's outfit at the Grammys?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It all just it's such a dirty time, like a dusty, dirty.
Yeah, the Dust Bowl, yeah.
Every time I watch something from the Old West, I get like a scratch in my throat, like a nair, and there's like a tumbleweed in my
like Rust, yeah.
Exactly. That's my biggest problem with Rust. Not that one of the producers killed the director of photography. That's why it's terrible. I'm not laughing at that.
No, we're laughing at us being horrible.
And the other reboot, I don't have all the details, but it appears as though there's going to be a Buffy reboot on fucking Hulu.
No, really? Okay, that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
That's fun. One of these is fun, you know?
Yeah. I don't watch Buffy because all of my exes did, and I'm just not interested for that one reason.
Sure. It was, I didn't really watch it that much either, but I watched Charmed, which is basically the exact same show. Not at all, but like someone attacks Buffy, she gets thrown back into a wall where she falls down, and then she gets back up and kills them every episode. Do you know what I mean? Similar to the Power Rangers back in the day, you know, they would have 5 minutes of them outside of their costumes, and then they would morph into the Power Rangers, and then that would be stock footage that they got from the old like Japanese shows that they would just dub over top of. You know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing happened every episode, and we knew it was coming, and that would be what it was.
Switching gears, someone who is not a freelance magician, Heidi Klum's son, Henry Samuel, whose father is, of course, Seal, is 19 years old, and he has made his runway debut at the Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week. And I don't mind telling you, he is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, well,
He looks exactly like what you want the universe to do when you know Seal and Heidi Klum have had a child.
Yeah. He's probably
So
like,
sort of
he's like
like
9 million feet tall. You can just tell. In the
9
pictures.
million feet tall, a face for death. Look, I mean, look, he could wear anything. He could literally wear anything.
The kids, we will discuss this as well, but like the kids being the partners to the adult celebrities is like really becoming a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like him, like,
yeah.
Like if Heidi would like get an award, like he would be standing up there with her.
I'm okay with Nepo babies if I feel like they're bringing enough to the table on their own then that I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like, I don't like a Nepo baby just being thrown somewhere. I want to know. And he's got the goods. I look at Kylie Jenner and I see the fall of Western civilization anytime that she's on
did
the
you
runway
see that?
or promoting
Did you
anything.
see that like picture of her that I tagged you in?
Yes.
Where she looks like a literal, like, I don't even know what, like, speaking of like a cyborg, she was Westworld, like she was like Eastworld.
You would never, if you didn't know what she looked like before, you'd never recognize her. She is, everyone can do what they want with their bodies. God knows I do, but she's literally like an assembly of different parts. They did a good job, but I just, based on those things, I'm not interested in her.
No.
Well, period. I'm not interested in her. Moving along. Are we going to be worried about Justin Bieber?
I am.
First quarter of 2025.
I am. I mean, he needs a lot of help, is what I think. And I think that his dad that looks like should be on Jersey Shore family reunion is not going to help him. And like Haley, sorry to say, is just too rich and Nepo baby-ish to like really be helping. So I'm really...
their marriage is in trouble, apparently. Like everyone's waiting for this other shoe to drop with him with all the Diddy stuff because he hasn't made any remarks about it yet. But on top of that, he's now in public and he's looking really gaunt and hollow-eyed, and people are saying that his marriage is in trouble.
He needs like care right now, not these like random, like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is going to be really bad. Like whatever happens with Diddy, when we find out, like it's going to be really bad.
Also, Justin and anyone who feels like marrying one of the Baldwin children, you know, I'm sure they're lovely. The Baldwins have done a lot of charitable work on Long Island and in the world. And I don't want to, you know, they've also, you know, killed one or two people. Don't marry into it's not, I just don't think it's a good idea.
No.
I don't. I know you're like, oh, I'm going to be rich. You're also going to be like exhausted. Like the Kardashians and the Baldwins, they should marry each other. They should, you know what? Give them Greenland. How about that? I will be okay with us taking over Greenland if you put those two families there. And then that's it.
And then we're
just
good to go.
Don't do it. Don't. He looks, you know what Justin Bieber looks like right now? He looks like Lamar Odom did.
Yeah,
he looks like Chris Humphries did.
Yeah.
He looks like, what in the motherfuck have I done to my life?
No, for real. And then on top of all of that, it's then like, oh, everyone's going to find out that like I 100% was you-know-whatted by you-know-who.
Correct.
You know.
For which he
allegedly.
Yeah, no,
but, like,
he deserves our sympathy.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's 100% what we're all going to find out. We all know it. He knows it. We know it. The American people know it. Everyone knows it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all know what we're going to find out, and it's going to be really sad and really bad. And then we really need to be like watching him and being like, are you like for real? Like I'm not joking anymore, you know?
Yeah, but we don't learn lessons from what we've done to
like
people.
at all.
We never do.
No.
Like we all thought when Princess Diana died that like, oh, the paparazzi
like,
will go away.
Kills.
That didn't happen.
No. Yeah.
Now, instead of them going away, celebrities now just call them directly and say, I'm going to be here and a mess. Please shoot it.
Yeah.
So we owe him an apology. I hope Jenny McCarthy goes to jail specifically for sexualizing him at the MTV Movie Awards that time.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Whatever we can get her on.
Speaking of paparazzi, Paris Hilton using her real voice on the red carpet of the Grammys.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, hi. Her normal,
you know why?
Not the Paris voice, like the real voice. And I was
because I saw videos of Paris going through. They lost one of their homes in the Palisades fire, and she was using her real voice there. And I think she's just she's sort of in an era.
Yeah, no, she's not playing her. Whenever she's ready to like really be serious, like we know because you hear it in her voice versus the that's hot voice, you know.
Like if you don't see her in those videos where she's
you would have no idea it was her.
You would know it was her.
Yeah,
no.
Yep.
I was very excited about Ariana DeBose taking the role of Jamie Lloyd's Evita in London later this year.
And she's not
here. She can't do it. She's not doing it.
Why?
I don't know. I think, this is file under who the fuck do you think you are? I have problems with her personally, but as a performer, I can't think of someone I'd put above her to play Evita. I think it would have been fucking great. And I wish there was a way they could work it out in the future. Like they did with Leah Michelle and Funny Girl.
Sure.
I really but I think that.
But Dominic, here's what she's doing, and you're going to be,
you're going to be fine. I was waiting for you to say
you're going to be fine. She's shooting with Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis, so we're good. We are good, baby.
Scarpetta with Nicole, yes. So we'll still see her.
No, if she's got to do something and not the thing that we want her to do, it's that. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, if she was I'm shooting this random fucking stupid ass thing with Shia LaBeouf or someone stupid, I'd be like, what are you doing?
The Super Bowl is this Sunday. And
did you notice how many commercials were here's the pre-commercial for what's going to be the Super Bowl commercial where they then put 2-9 on at the end of all of them? Yeah. I didn't like it.
It's all feeling very it's almost like people don't care that we know we're in a simulation and that everything is planned. You know what I mean? It's
sure.
Gaga announces her album, then shows up at the Grammys and wins one with Bruno Mars. Cowboy Carter announces its tour the day before the Grammys and then wins Album of the Year. Kendrick wins Record and Song, and in 6 days we're going to see him on the biggest stage an artist can get. It's all feeling a little...
Yeah, but
really, girl?
We just now know what they're doing all the time, so it's not... The charade is over a little bit. You know?
Mm-hmm. And by the way, we're not poo-pooing anyone who won. I think we're both in agreement. We love the spreading of the wealth.
Thought it was great. Thought it was a great Grammys.
I just wanted there to be a camera on Drake every time Kendrick won.
He wasn't even there
for dissing him. Oh, of course not. But wherever he was, in his purse closet, on his knees, doing whatever. But I want his reaction to Kendrick. Drake is literally suing Universal Music for backing Kendrick, and that song just won Record and Song of the Year.
Yeah.
And it's a rap song, and that very rarely happens.
God.
Bye, Drake.
God.
Good luck on your tour. See you at the Super Bowl. See you at the Super Bowl.
He's going to be in Australia.
Who's doing the national anthem?
I have no idea.
Oh, Jean Baptiste. He's
really?
won several Grammys. Yeah.
Wow, that's going to be fun. That'll be good.
He's working on a whole new arrangement. Apparently, he's a very gifted musician. I don't think he's going to destroy it.
I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that. But okay.
I don't know that it's going to be a Roseanne or a Fergie version of it. I'm
sure
he'll class up the joint a little bit.
Okay, I hope so.
And that's it. And we have a very special Grammys recap, which we are calling our Grammys Gargantua. And awards correspondent Rebecca Bregman, with very little notice, agreed to meet us.
Yeah, she's a professional, though. She's ready to go at the drop of a hat.
Even though on the group chat at about 11:05 on Grammy night, she was like, I think I may have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because the show was long. It did
I was barely awake. I was catatonic, basically, at the end.
I fell asleep. I took little cat naps throughout.
Yeah.
Some of those tributes were longer than the lives of the people that they were tributing.
I know.
Too much.
We'll talk about
Too much.
We'll talk about it. Well, we can't shut up about it.
Oh, and kids, you might have noticed that we skipped over the many updates with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, which include the first hearing starting this week and the big court case getting a date in 2026. We didn't talk about it because we're doing a whole Patreon about it with our attorney at law to take us through everything. Part 1 went really well. So if you are a Patreonette or an Apple subscriber, we're going to be doing a half hour about all the shit that's gone down in a very active week for Justin and Blake. A new website came out, voicemails. Good God.
Get ready.
This trial needs its own network.
Yeah, it really does. Court TV. Hello. P.S. Why weren't we there today? We could have been there.
I didn't know that they were.
But they're not there. They're not there. It's just their attorneys, which is not as fun. Boring.
Are they ever going to be there?
I don't know. Apparently, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We will be back after these vital message with our Grammy Gargantua.
It's our first annual Grammys Gargantua.
I forgot to download a track. So that's it.
That was it. We did it. Obviously, awards correspondent Rebecca Bregman, whose name on this Zoom is Becky has gone country, CUNTRY,
Oh, I see what she did there.
is here with us.
Thanks for having me. I assume the check is in the mail.
Correct.
It sure is. Same amount as last time.
Yeah, $0 American dollars.
Martinis at the duplex.
Yep.
On the Fixing Famous People a Visa card.
Yeah.
I should let you know, Becky, that in the prefix earlier today, we did speak about Bianca Censori.
Okay.
What we wanted to be 30 seconds, but ended up being mildly at length.
Okay.
Chris and I both agreed that she was being held hostage. I then took it a step further and announced to the world that I am fairly certain that Bianca Censori is Shelley Miscavige.
Yeah,
What say you?
agree. 100%.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. I agree with you 100%. And I guess we'll make it our life's mission to save her.
That's, I mean, find Shelley was your 2025 mantra. So
yeah. I do say, like, if we're going outfit by outfit, what could have made her outfit better was if her if
quotes.
her butt cleavage was pierced. I mean, that's what just was thinking. Was that Cardi B who has the butt?
That is Cardi B with the pierced crack. That is correct.
Yes, and I think perhaps if Bianca did that, that would also be wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, but we all are in agreement that she's a hostage in her relationship. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
how do you think Northie feels about this?
Someone was DMing me that, and I was like, North, they don't speak to him. There's no way, right? Like, they don't know, right?
North and Kanye are doing music together.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't discussed this on FFP recently, but they're making music together. She is very much under his influence. And Kanye has even said that working with North has made him like love music again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah. So he has more access to these children than we think. I think when they hand them off, though, he doesn't have contact with Kim. I think when they hand the children off, it's like at the post office when you're giving a package to the clerk.
And you put them through a mail slide.
It's a double-doored system. So Kim and Kanye don't actually ever have to be in physical contact.
She leaves North in like a gas station bathroom, and then he comes later and picks her up.
You know that.
Oh my God, I love that.
Kim is always like, Daddy wants to FaceTime. You know, like they're gonzos. So that's my comment. And let's free her.
But like I'm like haha, but like I'm dead serious.
No, I'm serious.
She's like in peril.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like never looks happy. Can we just say that? Like,
well, I think she's hopped up on drugs and whatever.
There's always a faraway look in her eyes whenever, and not in a good way.
It's prisoner. Shelley.
And we were saying earlier on the prefix too, like, he's the celebrity I think I hate more than all other celebrities because he knows how to do this, and it's sort of, I don't know.
I know.
It devalues the entire
that just
culture.
worked. Like it worked. That what he wanted to do worked.
There's no way that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's why he and Donald Trump get along because it's just very stunty. Say the thing and get everyone talking about it. So we're not looking at someone else. It's and I don't know. And just I was getting angrier at all the people tweeting. There are children at the Grammys. I'm like, honey.
I mean,
they've seen it.
Yeah.
It's not the fucking issue here.
No, that's not the
When
issue.
you start getting that way about it, it's like, okay, there are children at the Grammys. Okay, well, Cardi B is there. And somehow her clothed is more of an education than Bianca in the complete nude.
And remember when, was it Kanye who said George W. Bush hates black people? Yes. And I was like, I actually wish that somebody got up on that stage and said that about Trump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, and then he made all this great music and well,
no, he needs to be imprisoned.
He does.
That vacant. I will not soon forget that vacant look in
her eyes.
Shelley Bianca Censori Miscavige's eyes on the red carpet.
And not to apologize for him, but I think he is mentally imbalanced.
You think he's mentally? Yeah.
I don't want this podcast to get sued by Kanye Louise West.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do actually.
Okay.
We want it.
But like, you think? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Now to get that out of the way, now we can start talking about what I thought was a very good Grammys.
Me too.
And I really enjoy. Like, I'm feeling great.
It was too long.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. It was very long. I just had to finish watching it because I went to bed last night. I was thinking about if I can speak for Dominic. He said that Trevor was very wordy. And I was thinking about that today. And while I was watching the end, I think he didn't know how to balance the sense of humor with trying to be empathetic about the fires. Like, I don't think I didn't.
I'll agree with your assessment.
Yeah,
I love Trevor Noah, just for the record, and I am the first person to tell you how hard hosting is. But after every person left the stage, his very first line was, "No, keep it going for."
It was
Bianca Sensori. Keep it going for Doechii. Keep it going for. It's like. It's normally the opposite of what he does. Like it was the equivalent of make some noise, which is always terrible when you hear someone say that. It's like, if we're not making it naturally, there's a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not normally his style. I'm thinking, like, is he out of practice? Because he's not on the Daily Show anymore.
The other thing too, though, is that it's like there were so many speeches that were like trans kids are not invisible or not. Yeah, you know what I mean? Blah, 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 this and that. And then instead of he wanted so badly to be like, yes, correct. But then he was like, I have to be the host and like not be political about this now. I have to be like that. You know what I mean? And then also be like, and donate to the fires.
It was too like.
It was very telethon. It was very telethon.
Right. It was like 9/11, George Bush is racist. It's like everything. And he didn't know how to sort of balance that out. Yeah. But,
he could have done worse.
Yes.
We have had worse.
Since we touched on the transness of it all, I do want to point out that Michael Musto on Facebook today said in her brief speech, Lady Gaga eloquently supported trans people. She is so not a phony. She has been pro-queer from day one. We've watched her every step of the way, even as the community tried to eat her alive and say she was using us. So thank you, Lady Gaga. And truer words. Yeah. I mean, I know how fierce we know / think we are, but we do turn on people very easily. And there were moments, we've done it to a lot of people who support us, where we're like, this is phony, and brava, Michael Musto and Lady Gaga, because you know what? We were so wrapped up in the fires and the Quincy Jones of it all and the Bianca Sensori of it that we forgot about all the other shit that's going on, like the erasing of 1% of our population. And she did not forget that.
Well, and the other thing that was so funny is that she was like, Bruno was like, you're like so great. And she was like, thank you. Like, you're so great. And then she was like, oh, wait, I'm Lady Gaga. Like, what am I doing? Like, you watched her in her eyes. Like, you saw her go, oh, wait, now I have to do like actually say what I want to say. And then she goes, and then she's like, oh, and PS. And I was like, yep, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're back.
She's back. She's back. Yeah. I don't love that she's thanking the boyfriend left, right, and center, but I mean,
let her live.
That seemed on purpose, but also
let her
genuine.
Live. Can't she?
Yeah, no, it's genuine, but a lot of like the Fire Aid concert didn't hurt.
Sure. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Gaga and Bruno, I am not the only person that has this opinion. I read it online several times this week, but their version of California Dreaming, that is what should have opened the Grammys. It was a great cast of characters, but that should have been like that could have been an in memoriam or a middle of the show moment.
Yeah.
I also think that I'm not critiquing it because we obviously feel bad about what happened, but like I Love LA is like
the worst song ever.
Like singing Disco Duck because animals are being shot. Like I just don't. It wasn't what they thought it was. Like they were like, let's make it serious. Yeah. Like the song is a joke. Like it's like you should have opened with Gaga in perfect 60s wig, I might add.
Looking crazy.
If they were doing We Love LA, they should have had, like Taylor and all the people in the audience pop up and go, we love it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
You mean like in Kris Jenner's video for her birthday, which is when I hear I Love LA is all I think of is I love my friends. And
we love it.
And it's O.J. Simpson himself going, we love you.
It. Yeah. If O.J. Simpson could have just popped up and said,
one day more and I'm 30.
I felt him there.
Got my girls at my side.
He's so a part of Los Angeles.
He really is. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But that was in like Dawes. I've never heard of. I mean,
it's because the lead singer is married to Mandy Moore, and they lost everything, and they're very like born and raised in Malibu.
Sure. Okay. No, I get it. But you are right though, because it is like here's like two A-list like top of the heap talents, like doing this. Yeah. And when Lady Gaga, when she was dressed like a slutty Little House on the Prairie, and she was like leaning all weirdly and looking right into the camera like a freak, I said this to Dominic already. I said, that was that moment. I was like, she is so off the deep end. It's not even funny, which means that Mayhem is going to fucking destroy. Like, it's going to be so good.
She's going to be back there collecting her awards next year.
We're so back.
100%.
Rebecca, we are so back. It's not even funny.
It's going to be great.
And then when she started singing and looking right into the camera, like with her bleached blonde eyebrows, I was like, yep, here we are.
Yeah.
We are back, baby. Okay, what's next?
What else we got? Well, okay.
Should we talk performances? Should we talk fashions?
Yeah, what do we want to talk?
Should we do fashions now?
Yeah, let's do it.
I actually really like Janelle Monáe, actually.
Same.
I thought she was great. The thing I love the most about the Grammys is, good or bad, people are just wackadoodle, and you should be a little wackadoodle at the Grammys.
They show up. Unlike the Globes, I feel like this year, remember, we were like, like it was good, but like mostly like tame.
Yeah.
That people were like showing up in craziness. And not just Shelley herself, you know?
Yeah. I liked Janelle. I thought Alicia Keys looked amazing, flawless. She's amazing.
I wanted those earrings to have like one less layer.
Yeah.
Because they were just so big. And at one point, like she was being interviewed at one point, and then it was like they were all flipped over and it looked really bad.
Right.
Like I was like, if it was just like one less layer of it, it was like have been perfect. But you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the point of them to be humongous. So duh. At one point, Hassan said, has anyone seen Alicia Keys sit down? Because they just kept cutting back to like her dancing to everyone.
Her and Taylor are always
I know it seems put on, but I genuinely think they're having a good time because what the fuck else are you supposed to do with those things?
No, nothing.
You know?
Sit there like annoying and be like,
right.
As the Taylor Swift apologist on this show, she does that every Grammys, every MTV,
VMAs.
Oh, she's the pioneer. She's the pioneer
knows
of it.
all the she is a true music aficionado, and she knows all the songs. She knows it all, and she actually, and I don't know. I think it's genuine that I don't know if the Charlie XCX thing was genuine, and we don't have to get into why that, but like, she loves music. She loves to celebrate. Alicia Keys 100% is like so excited to be there, and especially with Alicia, well, we'll get into the speeches, but she really does. Alicia Keys, I think, was like into it. Who else, Dom, did you think looked great or didn't look great? What about...
I think most people looked great. I'm going to say something very shocking right now.
Billie Eilish?
No. By the way, Billie Eilish is truly like the most beautiful woman in every room she walks. It's really like she is dressed more down than anyone there, and is still like has the most starlit face. I can't describe. It's just she's so beautiful,
and I think she knows it, and she is so embarrassed by it. I think in a way, so she it's like, don't look at me.
Yeah, no, but she is. You can't even when she's dressed like
Teddy Ruxpin.
I was going to say Fat Man Scoop, but then he was dead.
Oh my God. R.I.P. bitch.
I know.
But Chrissy Teigen
looks terrible.
On the red carpet wore a black dress that she must have. And I looked at it, and it was a little share. It was very mesh. It was very like just covering, and she looked juicy and beautiful. I am not a fan of Chrissy Teigen in any way. And I looked at her, I was like, you know what? You look pretty amazing. And then 5 minutes later, they got into the crypto.com arena.
Goodbye.
What a silly name.
Goodbye.
And she had on this silver number, and I was like, you blew it. Why'd you change? Why do you always all have to change? If you got one good thing, do it.
I didn't love the original one. I know what you're...
The black one?
I thought it looked cheap. I thought the dress looked really cheap. And I thought he looked so good, and he was like really nailing it, and she wasn't.
He looked great.
Yeah.
He's
flawless.
Classic. He's classic. Yeah. What about Miley?
Miley, I thought looked terrible.
Listen, I don't know how
she
to
looks
say
like
this.
her mom. She looks like her mom smoking a cigarette is what she looks like. I thought she looked horrible. Am I wrong?
This is what I want people, not just women, but people to think about when they're getting tattoos. I need you to, if you're in a line of work where you're going to need to be gowned or tuxedoed or fashioned, I need you to know where these things are falling. And I need you to understand like what sort of sleeves you like, your body, your choice. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about is you looking uncomfortable because you have this beautiful gown on and the way your tattoos are placed. I can't see the gown. Whatever it was this year, I liked the, what did she say she was wearing? Alaya?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The gown itself I liked, but I thought she looked better last year because when you have a map of shit, when you have a map of distractions on your body, that needs to be taken into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They all have that now, though. They all have the tattoos on their hands. They all have the little, like, sparse little, like, patchwork.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
I mean, most of the time it doesn't bother me. Like it's not, and it sounds very judgmental, but wherever her tattoos are placed last night, it was pulling me away from the dress and I wanted to see the dress.
She had this haircut that also Lady Gaga had, and all of them had this like tiered haircut thing, which I actually really do think is like cool. I know it's like weird, but for her, she looked like she just looked like she smelled like cigarettes. And she just like needed a good scrubbing. You know what I mean?
That's what she always looks like to me. She always looks like she's.
But last year I loved it. Like last year when she had the like big Jane Fonda hair, like she looked good.
That was nice.
It was. Last year's look was fantastic.
Yeah.
This year it was like her and her mom standing next to each other, and I was like, which one's which? And not in a good way.
Like outside a truck stop. Yeah.
Yeah. No, literally.
And did you notice Kendrick's outfit?
All denim.
The Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you discuss that?
Oh, he was wearing a Canadian tuxedo. Oh my God, wait, that's so funny. I didn't even think
that was his only real reference to our purse-loving subject of that diss track, that one record and song of the year.
Sweep.
So, I mean, punching Drake in the face is now a matter of music history. What must Drake be thinking, man? Like, he's got to come up with something and he's got to come up with something musically to respond, but he'll lose.
The entire audience when he got record of the year or song of the year, not the one that Diana Ross didn't.
Song.
When they played the song and it was the A minor part and the whole crowd was like A minor. I was like, Drake is shaking in his Birkin bag. Like, what is going on? But I mean, if I was Drake's people, I would be like, you lay low for a year. Just lay low.
Well, guess what you shouldn't do is sue the record company.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
No, just like don't.
Isn't that some shit. He is literally suing the distributor of the song that just won.
Swept every category that
he won in 5 categories.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. And he's going to, I mean, GNX is going to get nominated next year. It's like him and Gaga. Like Drake just, I don't know. Yeah.
It's bad. Okay, back to style really quickly. My best dressed is Sabrina Carpenter on the red carpet with that blue with the little ruffles on it that was like held up by the necklace. I thought it was drop dead. Like absolute drop dead.
She's glamour. She's very glamorous.
Taylor was giving
figure skater,
yeah, but she doesn't care. She's like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
She knew, because I think she usually has 2 dresses. I think she knew she wasn't going to win anything, so she just went with that. Yeah.
When she presented and her very strong thigh was sticking out of that dress, I was like,
it had.
No, she looked incredible.
To look gangly and fawn-like to me. Now she looks like a woman. She's like,
that's what I said. She looks her age in a good way. She had a T for, I guess, Travis on her thigh, but that
is unfortunate.
It is, but it's also a reference to one of her songs. So whatever.
Well, you know, the thing that's funny that I think about is that like, because I feel that when they paired them all up to like, when they were having people present, it was like they were kind of teeing Beyonce up to win all of them.
Yes.
Because like Taylor giving her the award is like so
Kanye like, coming on stage. Yeah.
Just very like that. You know what I mean? But like And then the thing is they were both wearing red dresses, and like Beyonce's actually kind of looked like this.
Yeah.
That she's wearing. And so it's like funny because I think she even was like, oh, I'm going to give this to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually really like that. And even like when Shakira won, like J-Lo is the person who she like shared the Super Bowl with that like gives her the award. Like there were a lot. And then again, like Diana Ross is like Beyonce's like last living, like now that Tina Turner's gone, like Diana Ross is like her last like inspiration that's alive still.
Yeah.
About Diana.
But Diana gave it to Kendrick. It was the firefighters that gave it to Beyonce.
Yeah. I know. But do you know what I mean? It was like very
100%.
Yeah.
100%. What do we think about Beyonce? Had like a bit of a malfunction at first. Obviously, she didn't walk the red carpet, but there was like
I saw that. Yeah. I saw the
bra or something was sticking up when she looked like, you know who. I thought she looked like Karen Huger for a second.
Yeah, so did others.
You weren't wrong, though. I mean, you really weren't wrong.
When she was that meme now, forever meme of her being so shocked. And
instantly.
Memed.
I mean, it was good. And you saw the facade like crack for one second. Do you know what I mean? Like you got
Which I love that because we never see her crack.
Never.
And you're right. You know.
Okay, did anyone notice? Because we were like, it was like as the country album Grammy was like getting announced, you see her come in and Jay and Blue Ivy, and then a humongous security guard, and then Cynthia Erivo runs up. This is like, remember when we were like screaming about like the Golden Globes, how I hated that we could see everyone? Yeah. This is why I liked this version of it. Cynthia Erivo like is walking up to go say hi to her, and the security guard stops her, and she like wouldn't. I go, look, she's getting stopped. And then Beyonce sat down, and then truly, when I tell you, like 30 seconds later, they were like, Cowboy Carter, like was dying laughing. That you see Cynthia Erivo being like, I just kikied it with Taylor Swift. I'm now going to shoot my shot with Beyonce. And you watched her like be denied by a humongous like 6'7" security guard that was like, you absolutely not. Like,
What else?
Jaden Smith, guys, what did we think? Like, is he okay?
Enough with that. But
I've enjoyed the memes about people saying like Jaden Smith telling his parents what he wants for Christmas already and wearing it on the red carpet. Like, adorable. But for the most part, there weren't like a ton of misses. I mean, I even like Chappell Roan, like wandering around like Princess and the Pea or whatever the fuck that was.
Loved
it was very cute. Her Ren Fair.
Her red carpet.
She looked like Little Miss Pound Cake from Drag Race. If you know who that is, Google it. I mean, she was wearing the same makeup.
Her red carpet one with the little ballerinas with the fringe dress is like
it was Degas, right?
Yeah,
that she was wearing
basically top tier.
I thought it was gorgeous. I really did.
I just I like that they take risks at the Grammys.
Yeah, me too.
I thought Queen Latifah looked great. Queen Latifah looked great when she presented. She did.
She looked
she's
great. Pretty ageless.
Yeah, she's ageless. Yeah.
But what I thought was, I'm going to try to word this in the proper way. This was basically a room full of lesbians and queer women, and the only one who didn't acknowledge it like that evening or in a song or ever was Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Was the queen. Yeah. Was the one that we've all known as queer for the longest time.
Yeah.
And it's like, now more than ever, you all need to identify yourselves. And that was it. It's just always been very funny. I love her. Everyone who I know knows her, loves her, says that she's wonderful. It's just always been a weird thing. Like once Jodie Foster broke that seal, you can't shut her up now. Like she's like, you run into her Gelson, she's singing Indigo Girls.
She's like, my wife.
She can't get enough. My wife. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. Okay, another win. Gracie Abrams in that like
I didn't like the veil.
Wedding dress veil. I thought it was beautiful.
Okay, I didn't love the
she's
veil,
very
but
alien looking, and it looked so good. I thought it was like stunning. It was giving like
love.
It was giving Dune, like the women in Dune that wear those weird things on their heads.
Yes. What are they called?
They're sort of like half Dune, half handmade.
Yeah. Who do you love?
Margaret Qualley.
I do love Margaret Qualley. Didn't see her there.
She looked good. She was next to Jack and Taylor. Yeah.
I think that Ray, the singer Ray.
Yes.
Wowie.
Yeah.
Was it on last year's Grammys where we might have first met her?
Yeah.
And then when she was back and nominated for Best New Artist, which didn't compute to me because I was like, I've seen her before. but I guess it was recently. Man, does she have pipes.
She has pipes. She looks very old, Hollywood look. She looked great. She looked great.
She gives a little bit of Amy Winehouse, like not completely, but there's a little bit of that in her voice, and I really like it. I want to like listen to more of her music.
Yeah.
I loved Doechie's Tom Brown. Like the performance was another level. Like that was a star maker, but her like pencil dress weird thing, and I thought it was great. Loved it with the tie, and then that would like continue through the night. I loved it. You really don't have one look anymore. If you're like ever even remotely gonna maybe get on the stage, like you like have to have
exhausting.
It's like it's so ridiculous what it is now.
It's exhausting, and I never know how all of that shit works, like where they're changing and all that. Even like being in show business for 8 billion years, I still don't even know like where are they going. I mean, a lot of it is hotel suites. There's suites in these organizations for you to go to, blah blah blah. But man, if that isn't the most annoying fucking thing in the world, it's got to be so annoying.
So annoying. Yeah.
Like when I get dressed up to go out somewhere and I am dressed up, that is it. I will poop in my pants to not take off a cummerbund. I'm not even joking. Like, I mean, fuck that.
Think about like chapel, like all of that. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So much work.
And then that dress is like
outfit. Oh
and that like dress is like an archive thing that's like a priceless piece of artwork, basically. It's not like she like rips it off and throws it in the freaking like on the side of the bathroom stall. You know what I mean? Like it's like has to be like hermetically sealed and like carted away.
Right.
Should we talk performances? Because I thought I loved the weird chapel.
They were all great.
Circus like rodeo clown thing. Really like that. Yeah.
She to me is like the antithesis of new music that is all like geared towards TikTok and like being a viral sound. That's like Pink Pony Club is like a song that like could have been sung by Britney Spears or any of these other, you know what I mean? Or like Christina Aguilera or like someone from the 90s and we would have loved it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like, that's so refreshing to me. Whereas like so many other people in her bracket are not doing that.
Right. Also just thinking about, because I don't think she is in a way, but I could be wrong. I don't know her full background, but the way that Britney and Christina were more like child stars who also danced, like I don't like that. Her whole performance was so choreographed. I thought she did a great.
I thought it was great
job. Obviously, all professional dancers around her. One of actually Taylor's dancers from Eras Tour was there dancing, and like it was such a show. I loved it. I thought Doechii, like I need to listen to Doechii more because to me that's like it. That's going to be it for me. Like, I love that innovative new rap. Is it considered melodic rap? I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Yeah,
I don't know.
No, but that was like a star turn. Like that was like A Star Is Born. Like we were like, we didn't know who she was. And then she came on there and it was like, oh, I've never seen anything like this before.
I loved it. I'm Dom, say it. Tell us what it reminded you of. Doechii's performance. Do you remember?
I don't remember what I said. What did I say in the chat?
It was so funny.
Oh, you said, is this
oh
the
my
cast
God, I
of
thought
Matilda?
it was the cast of Matilda when I turned it on.
Which is people have put that on the internet.
They look like they were school uniforms. Yes. I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that was funny. I thought that was great. I mean, Charlie XCX is going to Charlie XCX.
I'm not going to lie. That was a low point for me.
Yeah.
We're a Charlie XCX house, but like.
What was low about it?
She did what she does.
Yeah.
Everyone was sort of like elevated and she just chose not to participate.
But yeah, she has a lot of very elevated songs that are like Assam was saying, like she could have started with like Unlock It, which is like a huge hit of hers. That's like way more melodic and like less. Like she wanted to like be like, I'm 365 party girl. And it's like
Von Dutch, right?
And it's like, she has like ballads that are really good. And like,
I think she was like, I was Brat Summer. I was coked up Brat Summer. Julia Fox, Gabriette, Maddie Healy's fiance was there. Like Gabriette, all those like party London, New York people.
Yeah, Hero Trash.
Exactly. They could like Bushwick Party. Yeah.
And it's like sad because another thing is that the song that she sang at the end was the one that she did the feature with Billie Eilish, and it's like have her come and do it with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
So it's like weird. I don't know. I thought that was a little bit of a miss because she wanted to be more like, ooh, this, and it's like, no, you have like really good songs that are like you could show off your voice more, but instead she wanted to just be like partying.
Yeah. How Kendrick didn't perform, did he?
No.
No. But he's probably contracted.
Oh,
for
right.
The Super Bowl.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, that's what, in a week. So
he's so cute, though. I have to say,
oh my God, he's a little.
I don't know what he. Yeah, I really didn't know what he looked like until this.
I was like, he's so little.
I think that I only remember seeing him fully at the last Grammys where he was winning stuff, and he looked completely different to me then.
Nah,
and I know the song, but I don't follow him closely. But he's adorable.
He's so cute. Billy and Phineas. I love Phineas. I think he's hot. So that, those are just vocals.
She's so good. She is really, she's really hitting her stride with because some of the younger music when she was a kid, I was like, all right, I'm too old to like this. But now that she's more adult, that Birds of a Feather song is fucking great.
So
you know what I mean?
Great.
And you're like, oh, you're a star. You know what I mean? Even when you're dressed in Janko jeans and wearing baby fat, or not even fat farm. You know what I mean? She's wearing South Pole.
FUBU.
Yeah, for real. I was so you really kill it.
And I have a lot of friends who are sad that she didn't win anything. And I said, I'm really sad too, but she has miles to go before she sleeps.
She also has won 9 million Grammys.
She's won so much, and her and Phineas are going to win.
Yeah. No, they're fine. We're all good. We're all good.
All of those.
She's won she's already won the big ones more than the Beatles have.
Yeah.
So you know that there are 95 categories and all 95 and all but 9 of them are presented at that pre-show. They just keep going.
They keep slashing. Last year it was more. This year it was only 9. Would you like to tell the audience, Dominic, who one of the winners was in the pre-show for best music?
I'll tell you that Sabrina Carpenter won best pop solo performance, which I think is a big award.
I think it's huge. I think it's huge.
Why wouldn't it be?
I know.
Because all of our faves were nominated. They were all on there.
Yeah.
Everyone we're talking about.
And Casey Musgraves won for The Architect, one of her country songs. And then my arch nemesis and your arch nemesis, an actor, won.
I have so many arch nemesis.
Dominic. He's an actor. He was
she's an actor.
Hello. I'm Lenny, and I am a Grammy winner.
God,
piece of shit! Wow.
Just when you think Maestro will not haunt us, it wins. It tries to EGOT itself.
How?
Oh God, no! Yeah, that was
I could not believe when that came through, and also. I want to be clear about it because we do talk about B. Coop quite a bit on this broadcast. I don't hate Bradley Cooper. I'm done with Maestro, though. I'm with Bradley Cooper as a Maestro. I'm done. And that's it. I'll find something else to bitch about him on the next movie, whoever he's undertaking. But him as Leonard Bernstein was insufferable. For the ages.
He's actually going to be in the Gary Coleman story.
Yeah. I can't think of a better cast.
As Gary Coleman.
No, of course. Who else?
Should we
I thought it was
Gary
a one-man.
Coleman? Should we contact Gary Coleman?
Yeah, I think we should.
I think we need to.
Can we get
Oh my God.
Dame Aaron on?
We'll get Aaron on and we might need to contact Gary Coleman. Okay, anyway.
I also think we should go.
He'll go, you guys should go fuck yourself.
He'll be the first one that Aaron's like, I'm getting no information.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm getting a middle finger. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to us. Yeah. He's here, but he's not speaking. Yeah.
Right. He said, what you talking about, Dame Aaron?
Yeah.
That's it.
How dare you? How dare you? Okay, but this is the thing is Dominic, they couldn't have pop solo perform there because they had to have Will Smith do 7 monologues about Quincy Jones.
But hand out the award. Handing out that award, I think.
The fact that they let him be on that stage.
Well, I will tell you, Rashida, they must have asked
every person alive, and then it was him that said yes.
No. They must have asked. Don't you think they asked permission? Or said, we're doing this. Quincy Jones, is it okay if Will? I just feel like the Grammys
100%.
Right?
100%.
So I think Rashida and company were like, yeah, sure, Will Smith could do it. And we still have, our memories are long. So it's strange to us.
It was weird to me.
It's very Hollywood. It's very Hollywood.
Oh,
was Jada was there, right? Was Jada there?
I didn't see her.
Oh, I don't know why. Okay.
I didn't see her there. I mean, she might have been there because Jaden was there.
Yeah,
and if Will was there, it's likely that
Willow was there too. I saw Willow. So
yeah, the kids were there. Who knows?
They did cosplay. Both of them did some cosplay. So yeah. Interesting.
That Will Smith speech, I'm so glad you brought that up because like about 25 minutes into it, I was like, this is like shots fired as far as like, I'm coming back and this is it. Mm-hmm. Like someone was like, he suffered enough. It's time to give him sympathetic Willie, blah, blah, blah. Like it was so unnecessary. And I understand that Quincy Jones was the EP of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the majority of the viewing audience last night wasn't even alive when Fresh Prince was first run.
And like,
because everyone's there to see Chapel and
not
Sabrina.
His like biggest thing that he's done
no
was the
way.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, meanwhile, Janelle Monáe was like, I'm going to be Michael Jackson for like 2 minutes. I'd rather have another Michael Jackson song play.
Right.
Or there were people very pissed about that Janelle Monáe.
I liked it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Someone online this morning, the headline was, Michael Jackson was an abuser of children. Why are we not cringing at that a queer woman was asked to impersonate him? I'm like, oh boy.
No, I think that no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Also, if someone's an abuser of children, why does her being queer matter? That was the other thing I thought. I was like, what?
That is weird. I mean, again, she said yes. You know,
and again, like
I knocked it out of the park.
She did.
Yes. It was like, you don't expect a woman to do it, but she was great. She moonwalked.
Yeah. And I think this is the appropriate way for us to like still be able to celebrate his music, knowing that that he was a child abuser.
That. It's tough.
Yeah. But like, this was like, oh, the person that produced the largest album to ever exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how we can celebrate this.
I personally would have played the Sanford and Son theme song.
Absolutely. In fact, when Woody Allen dies and they do the eventual tribute to him on the Academy Awards, Will Smith should do the dance. Yeah, Will Smith should do the dance.
Yes.
Will Smith and Lamont from Sanford and Son.
I'll produce it.
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, God.
What
and
other...
now doing the ballet from Interiors is Rebecca Bregman from Fixing Famous People.
Again, on this podcast, you guys will have you'll have a whole episode that I'm not even in, where you just like
it will be a Patreon episode where we just embarrassingly tell everyone how much we love Woody Allen movies. And it's just like anyone who still loves Harry Potter books. It's the same thing.
I know, it really is.
Snoop Dogg.
Although, you know,
Rebecca, I've thought of that.
JK did not marry a member of her family, but still.
Inspiring.
Rebecca, I still think of like, here's a lyric from Snoop Dogg. Like, I should have not like talked to him a million years ago.
Yeah,
like,
it's true. Yeah.
Anyway,
with my fat dick in your mouth. It's true. So many performances.
Loved Sabrina's. Sabrina so funny when she was like, trying to get into the thing. All the little stupid gags.
She's such a Disney, kid. One of those, or she was Disney. Yeah,
walking down the stairs, and then she kept going, and she was disappearing. Like I was on the floor. Meanwhile, it's like the dumbest thing ever, and I was like dying.
She knows what makes the people laugh.
Yeah.
So many performances. It made me sad. I'm still so pissed about the Oscars not having any fucking performances. I'm mad as hell.
But for what? Why?
Why am I pissed?
Why are they? What's the reason they're giving for not having performances?
I mean, let's just we'll see, and we'll be doing this in a month. But are they going to be the most snoozy, snoring at Oscars?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm afraid.
With no performances, 100%.
Yeah. Come fuck on. Unless
they're like, we're not going to be able to perform Penis to Vagina. So like,
I know.
What's the point?
I don't think Penis to Vagina is up, but
no, it should have been though.
If they do something like the LA Firefighters Gay Men's Chorus, or I don't know.
Oh my God.
I think they should sing Penis to Vagina with the Pink Pony Club music.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Penis to vagina.
Penis to vagina. Na, 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 na. Penis to vagina.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Amelia Perez and Chappell Roan.
Yeah.
Love Fixing Famous People.
What other performances did we like? I mean, they were all good. Every single one of them was good.
That was good. Yeah.
Oh, except for, wait, hold on, guys. Whenever like the president of the Academy or whatever, whoever he was, came out to be like, The Weeknd was so mad at us.
We forgot about that.
This is the worst part of the whole thing. And he like talked and was like, he said we were racist, horrible pieces of shit. And then we convinced him to not say that anymore. And now here he is. Like, and it was like the weekend. And it was like, this isn't like Beyonce, like boycotting the Grammys and then coming back.
I
Like,
forgot about that. I 100% forgot.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's the life cycle. Will Smith, The Weeknd, Michael Jackson. It's like, welcome to Hollywood, baby. Like, when you need the people, you need the people.
And it was just so funny that they were like, and then we did all these things and it's like, you did nothing, stop. But like, and then he did that performance and it was so weird and I didn't get, it was like cool that all those like hands came out and stuff, but I was like, what is this song?
I went to fill the dishwasher.
At one point in time I was like, is that Lil Wayne? And then we were like listening to see if
it's
Lil Wayne was like at the bottom of some other rapper.
Playboy Cardi, right?
I don't even know who that is.
It was Playboy Cardi, yeah.
We were like, we think that's Lil Wayne and then it was like not him and we were like, okay.
Yeah.
That was weird. But other than that, I liked every other performance.
Yeah, I thought it was good. What
I
about
thought the whole thing was good. General good vibes all around, except that it was too long.
What about our queen, Jennifer Lynn? She looked great.
She looked great. I thought she looked great.
I felt personally attacked by her exposing the areas of her body that I have the most problem with mine, and she's a year older than me. I'm like, fuck you, lady.
Yeah. She looked great. She had the hots for Benson Boone, that's my least favorite kind of singer. I've said this. Like, I hate Imagine Dragons.
Yeah,
I hate the chain smokers. It's just this like the chain smokers aren't LDS, but like this fake, we're punk rock, but we're actually religious. Like, ugh. Anyway, that song is.
Well, P.S. If that wasn't a coming out of the closet, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, even though he's like,
flips alone.
Them ripping his clothes off and he's dressed as Rocket Man meets Freddie Mercury.
He was lip syncing for his life there.
Yeah,
that was the last 3 minutes of fucking Drag Race.
And he has a girlfriend, so whatever.
Sure. So do I, Rebecca.
Yeah, so do I.
Had a wife. Move on.
Yeah.
J-Lo looked great.
I loved J-Lo presenting to Shakira.
Yeah,
Taylor presenting to
Beyonce,
and Cardi presenting to Doechii. I thought it was
perfect.
Very girl power, very like not passing of the torch, but just like sisterhood. You know, like the roles could have been reversed in any of those, except maybe for Cardi and Doechii. But the roles could have been reversed when Doechii realized. She was like, only two women. Wait, 3 women have won now.
A star is born. I'm sorry, a star is born.
Beautiful.
Like, I loved that. I mean, it was girly. Everyone knew it was like girly pop year. It was the year of the girly pop. It was the year of all the women, which is so girly awesome.
Pop. I'm sorry, I said that like dirty pop, which I should have done. Using a Justin Timberlake tune is the opposite.
You got to get out of
anything
here.
that involves.
You got to get out.
I'm going to go have a couple of drinks and then go drive to Rebecca's.
It's going to ruin the tour.
No, I like that. Again, like I said that earlier, but like them like assuming they knew who was going to win and like having that person that's like with them and like, it
was great.
I really like that.
And I really did get the feeling, especially once obviously Beyonce won Best Country. I was like, she's going to take it.
Yeah.
She's going to take it. Whether it was everyone's favorite Beyonce album to win or not, it was her year, and that's it.
And here's what I'm going to say also, is that like, it was a very unique thing that most people could never do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, show me another person that's done that, basically what she did, with like adding so much reference to what she did and adding all these, like the like, what is genre being like the thesis of the album. Like, most people don't fucking do any of that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, like when it comes to like what is commending the artwork of it, not like, did I love dancing to Pink Pony Club on my birthday at the Duplex? Yeah, I did. Do you know what I mean? Does that mean that should win over this? Like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like that part of it, I'm like, no, she should have won it. And I actually re-listened when I was on my walk this morning. I like re-listened to most of the album, and I was like, it is really fucking good.
It's good.
Like, I was like,
the symbolism involved with her win cannot be denied. And I know people are having a hard time with those of us who are, and I do feel bad about asterisking it by saying like, this isn't actually her best album, and like Renaissance was an actual masterpiece. But
that doesn't mean that up against what was up against. Like, I think that's the other thing is it's like it doesn't have to be her best album. It has to be the best of the year.
Totally.
And we all have different Beyonce albums we think are the best.
Correct.
You know, like we all
and the fact that it was born out of rebellion. Anyway, it was like someone said you can't do that, and she was like, "Watch how I do it," and she did it so well. And it wasn't like she'd never listened to country music before. You know, like people are getting very disingenuous about like what's real country like. She grew up in Houston.
No, that's in the first song. She's like, I'm too country when they wanted me to be like a rap girl, and then I'm not country enough when I want to like make country music.
So it was good. So there's something about this being her album of the year that is sort of special. Me personally, because I'm annoying, I just wish it was for what
you like.
Because I'm not a country fan in general, but I am a fan of like gay history and dancing my tits off. Renaissance was like a seminal
and
moment
for me, it was Lemonade. I just fucking love. Like it just, the rawness of that album. As an Academy voter, I did vote for the Andre 2000 flute album, though.
Great.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not really one of the 13,000, which they kept reminding us
of.
Yeah. They were like,
don't mail us a bomb like tomorrow. Like they were like, here's
the list of the 13,000 if you want to talk to them.
Okay. Now all this to say.
Okay.
I was very disappointed in her speeches.
Well, her non-speech at the end was a total non-speech.
I mean, to have all these people, like not for nothing, Chappell Roan going up there with a little journal.
She does
and
that.
reading from the journal and being like, give these people like a livable wage and health insurance, like incredible.
She's the Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, she is. And she should be. And she should be. And she should be. Sorry to say. And then Lady Gaga to do her normal shit. You know what I mean? Of being like, I love you. I'm here.
And Alicia Keys, like, my soul sisters, my husband, Swizzy. Like,
like for all of them to give such good speeches, like most people gave great. Shakira's speech where she was like, immigrants run this country, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like for them to all come up and be so support. And then for Beyonce, who like more than ever is so teed up to like, be like, this is the fight that we're in, blah, blah, blah. For her to go,
nothing.
Wow, I really
can't do it.
Wow, I really didn't think I was going to do this.
Like Taylor, they can't do it. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like
Taylor can do it more than Beyonce can, but Beyonce's never been a public speaker. But like, I mean,
have two prepared sentences saying that like the fight of Black people to like be recognized in this country is still with us, and I'm using my music to be with like pick up the fight with me, please.
Yeah.
We would be going fucking crazy.
I don't know. I mean, normally I'm with you on stuff like that. I truly don't think she has it in her. I think it's not. I thought her speech at the Kamala rally probably cost her the presidency, to be honest with you. It wasn't very
no.
It didn't do anything for me. Kamala was better at it than she was.
Sure, but like, again, give me two sentences being like,
she looked genuinely shocked when she won country.
100%.
And then she went. And she had just gotten there, but you think that she would have something, but she
two sentences.
She really didn't
not for
say
nothing.
Anything.
On her Instagram, like showed like when Cabo Carter came out, she wrote like a fucking novel, being like, "Here's all the reasons." Sure, but
Tina wrote it.
Let someone else write it for her, and then have her have it.
Tina, no, you're right. You could write it for her.
I could have written.
Where was Tina last night? I didn't see her nor hear.
Where was she?
There? Babysitting. Where is Sir?
Where is Sir? I thought that. I was like, "Where's Sir?
Where's Sir? Yeah, missing." Yeah.
Sir is missing. Where is Sir? Like,
where is Sir?
Again, like you can't answer. No one can answer. No, but then when she wins Album of the Year, the thing she's been complaining about for a decade now, she goes up and is like, we gotta just still, breaking down doors. That was how she said it too. Like, not like, I finally did. Like anything else would have been better.
Billy was crying
only with her music. Yeah. She only speaks with her art.
People were in tears.
No,
People
Lady
were
Gaga,
in tears.
Cut to Lady Gaga, and she was crying for her.
Yes. And Billy crying.
They were all so happy for her, and for her to get up. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like you can't be this level of famous and be able to be a performer and not be able to turn on Sasha Fierce, who we know is your alter ego, for 2 seconds and give a good speech. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Becky with the good hair. Yeah,
I'm sorry. She went, we gotta just keep on breaking down doors.
She was on whatever.
And then walked off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I've accepted that about her long ago. Even like her TRL interviews, I'm like, oh my God, like your walk into this room before the TRL performance was cunt. Like it was the absolute fiercest, like you make everyone of all genders want to be you. And the moment Carson puts a mic in her face and they do the interview, it's like, talk to Kelly. Don't talk to Beyonce because it's just not.
I understand.
I think I've just accepted it such a long time ago that she was never going to deliver on that.
But again,
in that way.
What
you are less forgiving.
One sentence. Just have one sentence at the ready. That's like, like I want to break down barriers and have people accept, genre doesn't need to be a thing that puts us in a box. Recite her own lyrics. I don't know anything other than what
she should sing her speech. That's how we get to it.
I don't know.
She can get up there and say, Pink Pony Club, penis to vagina at the Pink Pony Club.
Penis to vagina. Okay, we have to record it. We have to record a song, the three of us. Now that we have mobile recording studios right here, and we're going to write an alternate version of Pink Pony Club called Penis to Vagina.
Music from and inspired by the Academy Award losing film, Elimination Perez. Yeah.
What else is there to say?
I think that we're at the end. I cannot think of a single thing that we haven't talked about yet. Other than Stevie Wonder singing We Are the World alone when 60 people sang it originally. Whose idea was this?
No. I was like, why can't everyone that's alive that was there, what else?
Especially after the fires.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
This was the moment, not the Quincy Jones shit.
No.
I was sitting in bed and I was like, we are the children.
Yeah.
Who's that country singer, the white blonde one? Everyone online today was like, what on earth? Lainey something?
Oh, Lainey Wilson. Yeah.
They're like, why on earth was Lainey Wilson dragged? Just to like fill the country quota?
Lainey
I don't know.
Yeah,
it could have been Lainey Kazan. Why would have run?
It's Lainey Kazan. It was Lainey Kazan. No, it was Lainey Wilson. Yeah, no, you are right. And again, like the whole Quincy thing could just be them all performing We Are the World.
Just like we love LA. Like you have a room full of people. They'll just stand up and fucking sing. Like
you think Cyndi Lauper didn't want to come perform at the Grammys? Right. She did.
She did. Rod Stewart, did he?
Yeah,
was he
could
there?
have been there. He probably.
I'm not going to be able to move on from wishing Lainey Kazan was a part of the Quincy Jones thing. I'm just trying to picture what she'd be like. Q grabbed my tit at craft services once.
In 1984, I was on the set of The Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Quincy was an associate producer on Beaches, and when he saw the bathing suit I was wearing, he said, Lainey, cover your tits.
Scoop my bagel. Oh, I hope Gen Z listens to this podcast.
They don't. Two of them do. That's it.
Yeah. Billie Eilish and
Phineas, your boy.
Teddy Ruxpin Eilish.
Teddy Ruxpin. I can't with you.
Quincy came to set and said he wanted to scoop my bagel. 9 months later, my son Joshua was born. What the fuck, Q?
Oh God. Well, I mean, I thought it was great.
Yeah,
it was a great
show.
Yeah. Now
I could have ended at 11:15. Other than that,
well,
aces.
Yeah. You know the other thing too. It's like now Beyonce was so shocked. She's like, "Fuck, what am I going to complain about now?" She was like, "Fuck, like, oh, I finally got it. So now I can't be
nothing.
Like
she doesn't need to complain about anything.
But you know what I mean? It's like she's like, oh, I can't have like this chip on my shoulder anymore.
And Jay can't either. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The one last thing I want to say is like all the celebrities now are doing this. Like I'm bringing my child on the stage with me that she pioneered with Blue. Like when Alicia Keys had her son, who by the way is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Really is.
He was like, it was cute, but I'm like, okay, this is like what this is now, I guess. That all these like celebrities just like have their kids in tow and like are a part of them. Like, why is Blue there? That is the question that I have.
I think Blue's her manager is what I think.
That is a joke. People do have that joke a lot. They're like
Blue wrote her speeches.
Yeah.
No, truly. Just gotta keep on breaking doors down.
We gotta do it.
Years ago, Madonna came out with, I can't remember what album it came in, but the song is called I Love New York. It's like, I love New York. I don't like you, but I love New York. And that's like the lyric mastery of it.
Yeah.
And for years, we always joked that Rocco, who was like 4 at the time, wrote the lyrics. Yeah.
On like a xylophone.
Casio or like a Casio.
On his swatch.
Yeah.
Dear God. Well, we did it.
We did
it. You're welcome, America, as always.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for doing this.
Rebecca, thank you for coming on at a moment's notice. Yeah.
I basically look like Lainey Kazan right now.
No, you don't. More Jennifer Beals than Lainey Kazan, I would
thanks.
say.
I love that.
In a couple, listen, Rebecca, Becky Gone Country is going to be back in a couple weeks to do the Oscars. So.
Oscars, yay! I'd like to just tell people to continue watching Murder Under the Friday Night Lights, the Aaron Hernandez documentary on ID and Max coming in March. We'll have 2 more shows I can discuss during Oscar stuff. So look out for Mean Girl Murders. Look out for Legally Blonde. So all my Max shows. Also, please watch the pilot of Home Reimagined with Vern Yip on Magnolia, also on Max.
Beautiful. Okay, great. Amazing.
Thanks. Listen to music and love one another. Who used to say that? Casey Kasem?
I don't remember.
Did he?
No, what was it? And just love one another. Did I make that up? Is that Bradley Cooper?
I don't know.
I'm thinking of Jerry Springer saying, take care of yourself
yes, that's right.
and each other. Yeah.
I feel like Casey Kasem used to say his tagline was something like that.
He said, reach for the stars and grab my clit.
And grab my dick. Yeah.
Well, he said clit. That's where we get it from.
Dominic, where can people find you?
The website's domentary.com. The Instagram's at Dominic Puba. The TikTok is at Domentary, but it's all the same shit as Instagram. So whatever you want. Christopher, where can our listeners find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Chris DeRosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. I wish you both well. Before we do our last thing, I think we should just one more time, just sing "Penis to Vagina" in the what is it in the musical stylings of Pink Pony Club?
Pink Pony Club.
Penis to Vagina.
The Pink Pony Club. And we just found Shelly. She's married to Kanye West, and they live in Calabasas. We found Shelly. You're welcome, Leah Remini.
Pink Pony Club.
Oh God, and as always, where's Shelly?
Why do we always say this? Like
you do this every time.
Gossamer from Looney Tunes.
It's our new thing, Dominic. Just go with it. Penis to vagina, and the man to woman, woman to man, and the penis to vagina. Okay, bye.